السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Inshallah, today we are beginning with lesson number 63, as you can see. And in this particular lesson, we are going to be studying a new topic that is called Jismun Nabat. Jismun Nabat. We are going to study things about plants. Jismun Nabat, basically, it simply means the body of plants. Jismun actually means the body. Okay, Jismun is actually body. And then we have Nabat, which is plant or crops. Okay. And if you can observe here, the topic is divided into two sessions. We are going to have part 1 and then part 2. So this one is part 1, as you can see in the brackets. Okay. So without wasting much time, let's just begin. What we are going to be learning here is very important, especially when it comes to our understanding of the Quran. The Quran, basically, Allah strikes a lot of examples using plants. Because you know, plants are a major component of the earth. If you look at the earth, plants made up a chunk of a high portion of the earth is made up of plants. So it's among the amazing creation of Allah. So Allah tries to strike a lot of examples with plants when it comes to the Quran. So sometimes there are some terminologies relating to plants. We need to just know them in order to understand those examples that have been struck in the Quran, that Allah uses in the Quran. And so these are topics like this, they are very interesting. We are going to learn a lot about plants, and then we are going to see terminologies that is associated with plants. Okay, so the author begins by saying that Kana amama bayti Abbasin hadiqatun. There was in front of the house of Abbas hadiqatun, a garden. Fiha anwa'u shajar. In it there were types of trees, wan nabat, and crops. Qala lahu abuhu Umar. His father, the father of Abbas, who is Umar, he said to him marratan once. He once said to him, fi yawmi utlatin, in a holiday. It was a holiday when he told him, he said something to him. What is it? Hal ra'ayta ya Abbasu hadiqata dar. Have you seen the hadiqa, the garden of the house? Hal ra'ayta hadiqata dar. Have you seen the garden of the house? Dar means abode, home. So it could be house, it could be even a city, it could be even a country. It's called dar. Dar actually means a home. Hope that is clear. Okay, it's a general terminology. Then he continued by saying that Qala Abbasun. Abbas replied to this question by saying that Kayfa la ya abi. How no, oh my father? So he's saying, I'm in this house and you're asking me that have I seen the garden of the house? Why not? That's what he's actually saying. Wahiya hadiqatu darina, and it is the garden of our house. Al'abu fiha, I play in it. Kulla yawmin, every day. Wa ataraddadu ilayha sabaha masa'a, and I return to it. The verb here is taraddada yataraddadu. It means to return to something up and down. That is taraddada yataraddadu. That is clear. To keep repeating or keep going back to something. That is taraddada yataraddadu. Okay. So wa ataraddadu ilayha sabaha masa'an, and I return to it. I keep on going up and down to it. Sabaha masa'a, morning and then evening. Qala Umar said, Ma azunnuka ra'aytaha. I don't think you have seen it. He's actually saying that that's not what I mean. What I meant is, let's see what he's coming to say. Fata'ala ma'i natamasha fil hadiqati wa nadrusu nabat. Natamasha, the verb here is tamasha yatamasha, which means to go for a walk. So he's saying that come along, ta'ala, come over. Let's go for a walk fil hadiqati, in the garden. Wa nadrusu nabat, and to study the plants or the crops. فَإِنَّهُ مِنْ أَجَائِبِ خَلْقِ اللَّهِ, for indeed it is among the amazing creations of Allah. وَكِتَابٌ يَجِبُ أَن تُطَالِعَ, and a book that needs to be gazed at. Yajibu an tutali'ahu. That needs to be gazed at. Tala'a yutali'u. It means to gaze at something. If I'm just holding a book here and I'm going through it, I'm gazing at the book, I'm going through the book. That is tala'a yutali'u. Mutala'atun is the noun. So yajibu an tutali'a. He's saying that the garden is something very interesting that you need to study it, and that's very interesting. I mean, it's, as I said, a whole part of the Quran strikes example. Allah strikes example with it a lot. Sometimes you just have to see the plants and take your time to ponder upon them. You know, subhanallah. So he says that kharaja Umaru wa Abbasun ila al-hadiqa. Umar and then Abbas, they went out to the hadiqa, into the garden. Fara'a Abbasun al-bustaniya. And Abbas saw the bustaniya, the one who is in charge of the garden. There's someone who is there, the gardener. That's what we term as the bustaniya, someone who is there taking care of the crops. So he says that Ra al-bustaniya yuslihu qita'atan min al-ard. He was correcting a part or a portion of the land, of the earth. There was one part of the earth that the gardener was working on it. He was correcting something. The verb is aslaha yuslihu. It means to correct something. Something is not in the right order, then you put it in its right shape. That is aslaha yuslihu. Okay. Wa yunahhi al-hajara wal khazafa. And then he was yunahi. The verb here is naha yunahi, which means to eliminate something, to get rid of something. Naha yunahi, to get rid of something. So yunahi al-hajara wal khazafa. Al-hajar is the stones. Al-khazafa is ceramic materials like tiles and those kind of things. That is khazaf. We call it khazafun. So yunahi, he was removing those things. You know, when we're about to cultivate, the land should be, it should have fine sand. It should be, like loamy soil. When those kind of things, big stones and then ceramic materials, rubbish and those things are there, you have to move them before you can plant. So that's what the farmer or the gardener was doing. He was removing those things. Al-hajar wal khazaf, the stones and then the ceramics. Wa yaqla'u al-khasha'ish, and then he was removing. Qala'a yaqla'u, it means to uproot something, to uproot. Al-khasha'ish, weeds. Hasha'ish is the plural of hashish. Hashishun, it means weed. So he was removing weeds. Wal a'shaba, and then a'shab from ashabun. Ashabun is grass. As I said here, there are a lot of terminologies that we are coming to learn. So please take note of them, and then you write them down, and then you practice it so that it will stick with you and you know them. It will now be part of you. So he says that وَيَقْلَعُ الْحَشَائِشْ وَالْأَشَابَ, and then he was uprooting the hasha'ish, the weeds, and then the grasses. Okay. فَسَأَلَ أَبَّاسٌ أَبُوهُ عَنْ ذَلِكَ, and Abbas asked his father about that. He asked him, what's this man doing there? So قال Umar, his father Umar replied. He says that الرَّجُلُ يُصْلِحُ الْأَرْضَ وَيُحَيِّئُهَا لِغَرْسِ الْأَشْجَارِ. الرَّجُلُ يُصْلِحُ الْأَرْض, the man is correcting the earth. وَيُحَيِّئُهَا لِغَرْسِ الْأَشْجَارِ, and then he is preparing it for planting of trees. Hayya'a yuhayyi'u is the verb here, which means to prepare something. Hayya'a yuhayyi'u, to prepare something. And then garas is the noun. Garasa is the verb. Garasa yagrisu. It means to implant something into another thing. That is garas. Okay, garasa yagrisu. It means to implant something. You see, if I come and dig a hole, let's say I'm coming to plant a tree. If I come and dig a small hole, and then I put the seed there, I've implanted the seed. So we call it garasa. That verb is garasa. You have done garasa. I hope that is clear. So garasa yagrisu. It means to implant something into another thing. Okay, and then the noun is gas. I hope that is clear. And not only seeds. The same way, like one time I was watching news, and so the lady who was presenting the news, he used this word. I can still remember a particular snake captured a woman, a very big snake. It captured a woman and swallowed it. So the news presenter, he used this word there. Okay, garasa asnanahu fi sakir imra'a. That was what he said. The snake implanted his teeth into the leg of the woman. Okay, so that's what it to implant. You see the teeth. It's like when you bite someone and your teeth, your teeth get implanted into the body of the person. That is garasa. Or you use something to choke someone. Let's say a sharp object, you use it to choke someone, and the object is able to penetrate. That is garasa. Literally, you have implanted it into him. So that's what it means. It's not only used in terms of. I'm just trying to clarify that it's not only used in terms of planting, but it can mean general implantation, dipping something into another thing. How that is clear. Inserting something into another thing could be garasa. How that is clear. So when you hayyi'uha li garsil ashjar, and then he's preparing it for implantation of trees. فَإِذَا بَكِيَتِ الْأَحْجَارُ. If the ahjar, the stones, are left, or they remain, if the stones should remain, وَالْخَزَفُ, and then the ceramics, لَمْ يَثْبُتِ الْفَصِيلُ فِي الْأَرْضِ. The fasil, the sprout, the thing that you implant. If you come and dig the hole and you are implanting the small seeds, okay, sprout that you put for it to germinate and grow up. Lam yasbut fil ard. It won't be firm in the earth. So that's why they are removing the stones. If the stones are not removed, it will be firm in the earth. Walam tamtadda. And then the juzu is the singular is jizrun, which means the root. So juzur is the roots. So the roots will not be extended, imtadda yamtaddu, to be extended, for something to get extended. It will stretch fi batin al-ard, deep in the earth. So if those stones are not removed, the juzur, the roots of the tree, it will not be spreaded, or it won't spread, or it won't extend deep into the earth. And so the tree will not be firm. It will be any small wind, it will fall. وَإِذَا تُرِكَتْ هَذِهِ الْحَشَائِشُ الشَّيْطَانِيَّةِ امْتَصَّتْ جزاء الفصيل وزوى الفصيل. So he says that وَإِذَا تُرِكَتْ هَذِهِ الْحَشَائِشُ الشَّيْطَانِيَّةِ, and if this evil weeds, which are evil, imtassat, the verb is imtassa yamtassu, it means to suck. Oh, that is here, to suck something. So if these evil weeds are left, imtassat جزاء الفصيل, they suck the food, the nutrients of the fasil, of the sprout, the seed that is being implanted. وَزَوَى الْفَصِيلِ, and then it withers the fasil. It withers it. The zawa is the verb here. Zawa yazwi, which means to wither something, to make something to, or for something to die off. That is zawa of the siskele. وَزَوَى الْفَصِيلُ, and then the fasil, the sprout, will die off, or to wither. وَبُسْتَانِيُّ النَّاصِحُ الْمُجْتَحِلُ يَحْرُسُ الْأَرْضَ كَمَا يَحْرُسُ الْفَلَّاحُ الْحَقْلَ. And then the bustani, the gardener, the good hardworking gardener, or the loyal hardworking gardener, يَحْرُسُ الْأَرْض, he plow the earth, كَمَا يَحْرُسُ الْفَلَّاحُ الْحَقْلَ, just like the fallah, the farmer, plows the field. وَيُلْكِي فِيهَا السَّمَادَ, and then he threw in it, on the earth, samad, fertilizer. وَيَسْقِيهَا كُلَّ يَوْمٍ, and then he irrigates it every day. حَتَّى تُصْبِحَ الْأَرْضَ رِحْوَةً كَرِيمَةً, until the earth becomes رِحْوَةً كَرِيمَةً. رِحْوَةً بمعنى loose. The earth becomes loose. كَرِيمَةً, precious or noble. تقبل كل ما يلقى فيها, it accepts whatever is being put in it, or whatever is being thrown in it. So if you come and now implant anything, the earth will be able to provide it with nutrients such that the thing will grow. So it will accept anything that you put in it. It will give it nutrients for it to grow. ثم يغرس الفسائل في مكان تصل إليه الشمس كل يوم. Then he implants the fasail, the sprouts, في مكان تصل إليه الشمس, in place that sun reaches it كل يوم, every day. هنا قاطعه عباس وقال, there Abbas stopped him. قاطعه بمعنى he cut him. He's still speaking, but he just entered into the speech like that. And then he said, وهل يحتاج النبات أيضا إلى الشمس? And that's the nabat, the plant. Do they also need shams, the sun? قال Umar said, نعم, yes. يا Abbas, O Abbas, فالنبات جسم حي نام يحتاج إلى الشمس والهواء والماء. Yes, فالنبات, for indeed the trees or the plant, جسم حي نام, is a body that is sleeping, life body. I hope that is clear. It is sleeping, but it has life in it. It's as if it is sleeping, but it has life in it. Okay, so that's what he said. يحتاج إلى الشمس والهواء والماء. It needs shams, the sun, والهواء, and the air, والماء, and water also. Then he continued by saying that واستمر عمر في حديثه. Then afterwards, Umar, his father, he continued by in his speech. Istamarra yastamiru, it means to continue, for something to continue. Istamarra fi hadithi, he continues in his speech. Thumma yagrisu fasaila fi soffin. Then he now implant. So we now see the garasa yagrisu, gars. That's the implant, to implant something. So he says that Thumma yagrisu fasaila. Then he now implants the sprouts, the seeds. He put them in the holes. After he has now prepared the earth, he now implants them for them to grow up. Fi soffin, in a row. وَيَتْرُكُ بَيْنَ فَصِيلَيْنِ. And then he lives between two sprouts or two seeds. Fushatan, a space. Fushatun means a space. يُمْكِنُ لِكُلِّ وَاحِدٍ مِّنْهُمَا. Such that, or يُمْكِنُ, it is possible for any one of them and يمتد فيها, to extend in it, ولا يضايق بعضها بعض, and they won't narrow upon one another. So if the farmer is planting the trees or planting, he, after planting one seed, he gives some space, then he plants another one, gives some space, plants another one. That's what he says. حتى يمكن لكل واحد منهما أن يمتد فيها, such that every one of them is able to extend. Man, you know, as the trees grow in the roots which are in the soil, they are also extended, so there should be space. That's why he's saying that وَلَا يُضَيِّقُ بَعْضُهَا بَعْض, and they will not narrow upon one another. ضَيَّقَ يُضَيِّقُ is for two or more things to narrow upon one another. If you see it, there's musharaka, there's participation. It's not just one object doing it, or it's not just one one person doing it. If you see verbs that come on that pattern, fa'ala, okay, so qatala, two people are fighting, jadala, two people are arguing. Hope that is clear. So when verbs come on that pattern, fa'ala, it means there's participation. So wala, for me, we have dayaqa yudayiku, for two or more things to narrow upon one another. So that's why he's saying, وَيَحْسُنُ أَن تَكُونَ الْفَصَائِلُ أَتْرَابًا فِي سِنٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. And it is good for the fasa'il, the sprouts or the seeds, to be أَن تَكُونَ, to be أَتْرَابًا, of the same age. أَتْرَابًا فِي سِنٍ, of the same age, to be atrab. When we say atrab, is the plural of tirbun. Tirbun means someone who is the same age, your colleague who is at your age mate is called your tirbun, your age mate. You have the same age as the person, we call it tirbun. So that's why I say it is important, or it is good, so it is good that the fasa'il, the seeds that you are planting, they should be of the same age. You shouldn't plant one seed, then maybe some months time you come and plant another one by it. It is not encouraging. That's what he's saying. So they should be of the same atarab and fisin. They should be of the same age, mate of the same age. Wahidin, sinin wahidatin, the same age. Yes. Okay. وَإِذَا كَانَتْ ذَاتَ أَزْهَارٍ. And if it is the one which has flowers, azhar, the plural of zahratun, if it is a plant that have flowers, فَالْأَزْهَارِهَا مِئَادٌ وَاحِدٌ, for their flowers is going to be of the same timing. The timing that the flowers will start appearing is going to be the same. Mi'adun, a time for something, appointed time for something. So meaning that if they are of the same age, the time that their flowers will begin to appear, it will be simultaneously. And then there will be, so he now continues, he says that لِيَتِمَّ جَمَالُ كُلِّ صَفٍ مِنَ الصُّفُوفِ, for the beauty of each row to be complete among the rows. So each row, the beauty will appear simultaneously. It's going to be of the same. This will not that this flower will be a flower. This plant will be a flower. Then another time this one will be another flower. It will not show any beauty. But when they appear simultaneously, that is what he says. لِيَتِمَّ جَمَالُ كُلِّ صَفٍ, for the beauty of each row to be complete min as-sufuf, among the rows. وَلَا يَسْتَرِيحُ الْبُسْتَانِيُّ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ, and the bustani, the gardener, he does not rest after this. بَلْ يَسْحَرُ عَلَى هَذِهِ الْفَسَائِلِ, but he take care, he take charge. Sahara yasharu, to have sleepless night, meaning he literally, it doesn't really mean that he doesn't sleep, but it means they are trying to give us the image of how much work he has to put in. It's as if he's just having a sleepless night. So بل يسحر على هذه الفسائل, he take care of them, of this فسائل. فلا يزال يسقيها مرة أو مرتين كل يوم, and he does not, or he keep irrigating them. سقى يسقي, to give water to something. So he keep irrigating them مرة أو مرتين, once or twice, كل يوم, every day. ويقلع الحشائش, and then he removes the قلع يقلع, we saw yesterday, to uproot. He removed the hashaish, the weeds. ويعزق الأرض حولها, and then he tears the earth around it. You know, sometimes when there's weed or grasses that are growing in a plant, okay, sometimes they, in order to kill the plants, they come and then they turn over the earth. They will use, let's say, a shovel or something. Then you dig, you just take the sand and then you capsize it downwards, upside down. So that is azaka. Azaka ya aziku. It means to dig up, to dig and then to turn the sand. You fetch the sand and then you turn it upside it down. That is azaka ya aziku. So he says that فَيَجَعَلُ بَاطِنَهَا ظَاهِرَهَا, and then he makes the batin, the inner, the outer. ظَاهِرَهَا, the outer. So he capsized it down. He fetch the sand, capsized it down in that manner. هنا فرغ البستاني من إصلاح الأرض. There, bimana, there, when he reached explanation, when he got to this point of his explanation, the bustani, the gardener, he finished. Faraga, he finished. Min islah al-ard, from correcting the land, the earth, that portion of the earth that he was correcting. He finished doing that. وَذَهَبَ يَنْقُلُ فَسِيلًا, and then he went to take or to carry fasilan, his plot. He went to take his plot. فَتَبِعَهُ Umaru wa Abbasun, and Umar and Abbas, they followed him. وَوَقَفَ بِجَانِبِهِ, and then they stood by his side. They stood by his side. Very interesting. This is the end of this part 1. Inshallah, in the next lesson, we'll be looking at part 2 of this same lesson. We'll continue from this point that they have just stopped. It's very interesting. You can revise it and then you can go through the next lesson, inshallah, before we look at it inshallah tomorrow or the next time we are looking at it. Jazakum Allahu Khairan, wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'an al-Hakim, wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikr al-Hakim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.